All right, we're going to talk about the Miami Heat and the Celtics game yesterday. Celtics blew, a 17, 16-point lead. But first, Giannis Antetokounmpo, has won his second straight NBA MVP. And then you got the LeBron apologists that act like they don't know how the thing goes. Now, the MVP race is from the beginning of the season until the end of the regular season that was in March. So the seeding games, the playoffs don't count. All right, this is not a postseason award. This is not a championship award. This is a regular season MVP. Giannis did not have Robin. He didn't have Nightwing. He didn't have another Superman. Giannis had them niggas over there. Okay. All right. So hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Let's talk basketball. Don't forget to check out NBA boxing talk. NBA talk. Excuse me. We do boxing talk too, but a lot of people crying. You know, you hating on LeBron and he won Kawhi choke. Like Damian Lillard said, Kawhi ain't got nothing to prove. He won the championship in the East. He won the championship in the West. He didn't have to get a bubble designed for him to win a championship. The bubble shit don't count to me. But let's finish on Giannis. Giannis didn't have Anthony Davis. And without Anthony Davis last year, can I get a witness here? Okay. Well, was LeBron an NBA MVP candidate last year? Moment of silence for some people. No, he was not. All right. I don't want to hear he ain't had no help. Giannis ain't got no help. Eric Bledsoe, they made a bad decision by keeping him over Brogdon. Okay. And Chris Middleton show up sometime. He didn't have an Anthony Davis. I mean, you can make a case in a perfect world. If you put Kyle Kuzma in that starting lineup and replace Eric Bledsoe with him, in a perfect world, you know, Kuzma might be the second best player in that system in Milwaukee. Okay? LeBron didn't have no help last year. He had injuries. Giannis got injured this year, if you didn't notice. So be it was end of the year. You know, but he had Brandon Ingram. LeBron just take away from people's greatness. People need to realize that. Playing with LeBron is hard because he dominates the ball. Brandon Ingram, as soon as he leaves LeBron in LA, he becomes a superstar, or at least an all-star. Giannis had more points per game, more rebounds, and he played better defense than LeBron James. LeBron didn't make no all-defensive team. LeBron ain't never been defensive player of the year. Giannis have. So congratulations to Giannis. It's a regular season award, and people say, well, he didn't deserve it. Look how he went on the playoffs. Well, I didn't hear you sucking niggas talking about James Harden didn't deserve it. Every year, James Harden go out the same way, on his face, choking in the playoffs. So if you're going to say Giannis didn't deserve it, well, James Harden didn't deserve his 2 MVPs. Russell Westbrook didn't deserve his MVP. If we keep going and going and going over and over again. All right? It's a regular season award. If the playoffs matter, it's a lot of dudes that wouldn't give MVP. It's a lot of years when LeBron was in Miami, he wouldn't have got MVP, going out like a mark and losing to a fucking European named Dirk Nowitzki. You think Jordan would have let a white boy beat him with no other all-star? Absolutely not. But congratulations to Giannis. You know, he did something LeBron James ain't never going to do in his career. And he won the Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP in 1 year. He wanted like 5 or 6 players to do it, you know. I think he's the 3rd player to do it in one season. But there's 5 or 6 players that have done it since. KG is one of them. All right, he won the Defensive Player of the Year 1 year and then became MVP. Giannis did it in the same year. You put LeBron on Milwaukee, they'd be crying for help. Help me, send AD, I can't win on my own. I'm fucked up. I need D-Wade to get me home. Bosh, help me, I just wanna be free. That's LeBron cry. He need more help than a retarded kid in a special ed class on Tuesday morning, right? But let's finish on. Let's talk about that Miami and in that Celtic game yesterday. Jimmy Butler didn't do much. The difference was Goran Dragic played like a superstar. You know, in the one game Kemba Walker actually showed up, Goran Dragic still outplayed him. All right, Goran Dragic was shaking and baking, hitting unbelievable shots. Duncan Robinson hit like 6, 7 threes. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they couldn't do nothing. They had help. Hero gave 11 off the bench. Neither team bench really gave him a lot. I don't think Boston had a double-digit player off the bench. Now, I was expecting Gordon Hayward to come back, from a sprained ankle. So he didn't come back yesterday, but to be honest, I just think Miami just got more intangibles. They got more grit. They playing with house money. This is the difference. The Celtics feeling pressure to get there. All right? They feeling that pressure to get there. Miami don't feel no pressure. Duncan Robinson, what is he, a rookie? Kendrick Nunn, he a rookie. Tyler Hero, he a rookie. So in their mind, they thinking like, I'm gonna be here every year. I'm gonna get here every year. I'm gonna do this every year. This ain't my last year. And Jimmy Butler, he clutch. I mean, his mama put him out at 13 years old. Jump house from house. What other pressure is that? Not knowing where you gonna get your next meal at, not knowing where you gonna lay on, who you gonna sleep at. So he don't feel no pressure. Jay Crowder, I mean, he playing out his mind. I don't know what done got into him. And Bam Adebayo, he young too. Like, man, I'm gonna get here next year again too. This ain't my last year getting there. So they got him. They got the dog mentality, and then they also don't have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, and they got the best coach left in the playoffs, and that's Eric Spoelstra. And people need to apologize to Eric Spoelstra. Oh, he was a product of LeBron James. Shit. Eric Spoelstra been that coach for a long time. Only reason that he ain't really, made no playoff appearances because Pat Riley was alienating players like Hassan Whiteside and Deion Waiters. He don't know how to talk, or he don't know how to connect with the players of the day. He old school. You know what I'm saying? He real old school, Pat Riley. So he couldn't have coached in today's league. But yesterday it was basically Tatum and Brown both, I think, poured in 21. Jaylen Brown shot the ball well and stuff of that nature. But they had a mental lapse going into halftime. They had a double-digit lead. Came out. Miami just was firing. And it's good when Jimmy Butler ain't got to carry him for 3 or 4 quarters, and he got other people that can step up now. Now they got to look at it, man. And to be honest, I looked at the stats, and I'm glad I remembered to bring this up. Boston Celtics shot 50%. I believe the Heat barely shot 40%. They shot a higher clip from the 3-point range than the Heat. And I think the Celtics had, the free throws was basically the same. I think the Celtics had like a little bit more turnovers. I think everything was damn near the same. Rebounding was close. Free throws was close. I think it might have been a discrepancy on the turnovers. I can't really remember, but statistically, Boston beat them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They beat them everywhere, and they still lost the game. That got to be disheartening. That's got to be, and they can't hold Jimmy Butler when he chooses to show up and play and when he got to play. So it all depends, dude. Do Boston feel like when they get Gordon Hayward back, or do they feel like they done, or they feel like we can come back? I mean, it's only 2-0. They can come back and they can rally together and win this series. Most definitely. Brad Stevenson, they get Gordon Hayward back. That's a solid get back. He can shoot him and provide some boost off the bench. But right now, Miami just playing with no pressure. They playing free. They playing free. And, Marcus Smart allegedly cussing people out in the locker room. And that's the difference. Who they vocal leader? People say, Jason Tatum, they best player. But who the leader? Who gonna light the fire? Jason Tatum don't seem like the type of guy that's the rah-rah. Remember just last season, people were saying he was done. He was overrated. Because you had Morris Roy fighting for points. You had Kyrie fighting for points. You had a lot of dudes in the locker room. Al Horford, they was all trying to prove something, that they was the alpha and they was getting the points. And, Jason Tatum didn't assume leadership. He just let the veterans do what the veterans do. And that's basically, it's like, I got to get mine, you got to get yours. And Tatum, he ain't that type of leader. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum, I don't think he a leader of men yet. And maybe he growing to that. I would look at more Jaylen Brown being a leader than, Marcus Smart. So just because you identify him as their best player on his team, he not the leader. He not. We knew that last season when he let them veterans punk his ass around, and let people say he fall off and he was overrated. And he didn't assert himself. And what's so funny about it is, about asserting himself, when all them dudes was hurt, when they played LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals, he was the one, while or some of them dudes was playing, some of them was hurt, but when them dudes they were scared to play against LeBron, and LeBron was bullying them, Jason Tatum was the one that stepped up and assumed the position and was getting buckets and dunking on Bron and balling. You know, then the next season, when everybody money coming up, a contract coming up, they wanted to treat Jason Tatum like he was nothing, and Tatum didn't assert himself. So, like I said before, man, he not no leader of men yet. I think Marcus Smart, the vocal leader, the emotional leader, and then if they had a secondary leader, it probably would be Jaylen Brown, in my opinion, man. So, you know, just because you're the best player don't mean you got to be the leader. Everybody thinking in football, the quarterback is always the leader. Not true. Look at Ray Lewis. So, I don't think Jason Tatum don't have an assertive personality. You know, and I think that's just the next maturation. But right now, apparently, Marcus Smart lit some fire under their ass yesterday, and basically said that you know, he's just mad that they blew that 17-point lead, and what the F we doing, and this, that, and the third, threw some chairs, and you know, they need that. They need that raw type of guy. You know what I'm saying? They need that. You know, they need that guy to sit there and assert themselves in the locker room and really blow up like that. So hopefully a lot of fire under their ass, and they come back and they make it serious and they make me look good. But, you know, right now they down 0-2. And Jimmy Butler just got to be on cruise control. Jimmy Butler just pitch in when it's a dull point. And I like what Jimmy Butler doing. You know, Jimmy Butler just pitching in where he need to pitch in at. And when it's time to show up, and in Miami Heat going to be dangerous whoever come out the West. And God willing, it ain't LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Fuck LeBron. And y'all people use personal. I don't like his pussy ass. A lot of people don't like his pussy ass. He the reason the NBA the way it is now. He fucked the NBA up. But prayer to him. But I think if it is probably going to be LeBron, if it is, I think Jimmy Butler's match up pretty well with LeBron over the years. So that'll be a nice matchup. And, you know, Bam and Kelly Olynyk and company versus Anthony Davis. So the Miami Heat and Lakers would be a nice matchup. But I just think at this point, don't nobody care about the basketball. They just came into the wrong time. With football coming on, man, I really didn't care about that game last night. I'm more concerned about the football. People say, well, ain't you boycotting football? Well, you niggas boycotting Gucci yet? Prada? H&M? So don't talk to me about that. About boycott the NBA, y'all still wearing Gucci. I ain't trying to hear that. Y'all out here talking about voting for Joe Biden. Don't talk about racism to me. Especially some of you fake colored people, you Oreos. Oh, I'm voting for Joe Biden, man. Ain't he a racist? Wasn't he against desegregation? Well, Donald Trump's a racist too. Hey, I just hold my vote. Like Gucci Man said, hold that thought. It's a cold day. I just hold my vote. That's just me. I'm not going out wasting my time voting, and it's already predetermined. You know, Kamala Harris is okay. Once again, she was Indian until she claimed to be black. Okay, until the election came up, she want to be black. Black people fall for the banana in the tailpipe faster than anybody else. I'm not voting for no racist, either way, and I'm damn sure not voting for no raccoon in Kamala Harris. So you just got that from me. But I appreciate everybody for checking in. Check out our NBA Talk playlist. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate. Share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you think. We